What did you overhear a relative say about you when they thought you had already left? My Aunt Carol had driven 2 hours to help me pack for my dorm, so I felt terrible leaving my mom's necklace on the guest bed. I was already at the end of her street when I realized. I whipped the car around and let myself back in with the spare key, and that's when I heard her voice in the kitchen. She's gone. She just pulled out. I watched her. I stopped in the hallway. Carol was on the phone. Relax. The girl doesn't suspect a thing. She thinks the account still got the full amount in it. My stomach dropped. The account was my mom's life insurance. Carol was the trustee until I turned 21. I told you, I've been moving it in pieces so nothing flags. 2 more transfers and it's clean. I pressed myself against the wall. My hands were shaking so hard I nearly dropped my keys. What if she checks the statements? Carol laughed. She won't. And even if she did, I'll say her father authorized it before he passed. There's nobody left to argue. There it was. She'd been stealing my dead parents' money for 2 years and hiding behind being the only family I had left. The tuition check? A pause. I'll tell her it bounced. Tell her the money got tied up. By the time she gets a lawyer, she'll have missed the deadline and she'll drop out anyway. Then it's just us. I couldn't breathe. I wanted to run in and scream at her, but instead I did something else. I backed out the front door as quietly as I came in, and I got in my car. My phone was sitting in the cup holder, and I looked at the screen because it had been recording the whole time. I'd started it on a whim the second I heard her say the account. 14 minutes. Every word. I drove to the end of the street, parked, and called the one number I'd saved that morning for a completely different reason. Detective Reyes. You told me to call if I found anything before the meeting. I found something. See, I hadn't come back just for a necklace. 3 weeks earlier, my bank had denied my student loan because my guardian's credit was frozen. Frozen because of an active fraud investigation I wasn't supposed to know about. The detective had reached out to me. He'd asked me to keep quiet and keep my eyes open. I'd told him I didn't believe it. Carol was family. I'm sending you an audio file right now, I said. You need to hear it. 20 minutes later, I was still parked when a car rolled past me toward Carol's house. Then another. I followed at a distance and pulled up just as they knocked. Carol opened the door with that same warm smile she gave me at every birthday. Can I help you? Carol Whitman? We have some questions about the Delacroix Trust. Her smile cracked. I'm the trustee. Everything's documented. I don't know what she told you. Ma'am, we haven't said who told us anything. That's when she saw my car at the curb. She looked right at me through the windshield, and I got out and walked up the driveway. Slow, because I wanted her to watch me the whole way. You forgot something, I said. I held up my phone. You said I wouldn't check the statements. You were right. I never did. I turned the screen toward her. I recorded them instead. Sweetheart, whatever you think you heard. The detective held up a folder. We've got the transfer records. 6 figures across 19 transactions. All we were missing was intent. He nodded at my phone. She just handed us intent. Carol's face went completely white. She reached for the doorframe like the floor had tilted. You planned this, she whispered. I just came back for a necklace. They turned her around on her own front step and put the cuffs on her, and the last thing she said before they walked her to the car was my mother's name, asking me to think of what my mom would want. So I did. I thought about exactly what she would want, and I watched them close the door.